Came home from my Black Ops mission to find my house empty. The silence hit me first. Not the familiar silence of my suburban street at night, but the kind of silence that feels staged, like someone pressed pause on life. My front door was unlocked, a detail too small for most eyes, but I noticed it instantly. My wife never left it unlocked, not with the kids here. The house was stripped of sound. No laughter, no footsteps, no television humming in the background, just empty space echoing against me. I walked through the living room, toys scattered, a half-drunk glass of milk on the counter, a single chair pushed back as though someone left in the middle of dinner. But the bedrooms were bare of them. No wife, no children, just absence. A knock broke the air. My neighbor, a retired cop, stood in the doorway with a folded piece of paper in his hand. He didn't speak, just held it out like it was too heavy to keep. The note was brief, unemotional. Your family is safe. They left with men who identified themselves as government officials. Do not contact us. Do not search. 3 days ago. My blood froze into something sharp. I pulled my phone, dialed one number. Langley, my handler. "Sir, we have a problem," his voice came, low, steady. "Your wife is—" The line died. Then I saw it, a red dot dancing across the wall beside me. Then another. I didn't move, not yet. I just breathed, cold and steady. The war had followed me home. I replayed the last mission in my head. Nothing was supposed to follow me back. My work and my family were supposed to be separate worlds. One burned, the other safe. That was the bargain I made with myself. But the note said otherwise. My handler's words had cut short, but I heard enough. Your wife is something. Compromised. Involved. Gone. I walked through each room again, not searching for them, but for the truth. Every detail carried weight now. Her favorite mug missing from the cupboard, but not mine. The kids' backpacks gone, but the framed family photos still on the wall. No forced entry, no struggle. She opened the door willingly. She left willingly. The betrayal wasn't in the silence of the house, it was in the absence of resistance. She knew. She left with them. The neighbor said official-looking men, suits, ties, not field agents. Not killers, which meant one thing. This wasn't an abduction, it was an extraction, and she had gone with them without a fight, without a call, without leaving me even a shred of warning. My pulse didn't race, my breathing stayed steady, training, years of it. But beneath that calm, the realization spread like poison. She wasn't taken from me, she walked away. The investigation started small. Quiet, invisible. Phone records, calls she made while I was deployed. Most were ordinary, groceries, school schedules. A few late-night numbers I didn't recognize, DC area codes, emails. A hidden account tucked beneath the ordinary one. Encrypted, but nothing I couldn't crack. Messages with vague wording, travel arrangements, confirmations. No names, just initials. DNA samples, hers. The kids, toothbrushes, strands of hair. I had them tested through a contact at an off-grid lab I trusted. The results took days, but time didn't move for me. It congealed into hours of silence, broken only by the meticulous sound of my own planning. I sat in their empty bedrooms at night, studied the imprints on their pillows, the faint smell of shampoo on the sheets. Not mourning, not yet. Just cataloging what was mine and what had been stolen. Neighbors whispered. Some asked questions. I gave them nothing. Externally, I was calm, a man enduring his family's absence with stoic patience. Internally, I dissected every second of the last year of my marriage. The late-night calls she stepped outside to take. The sudden interest in government forms. The way she looked at me. Not with love, but with a quiet calculation, as if she was measuring the time she had left. I told myself I was trained for this, to see betrayal before it cut deep. But the truth was sharper. I hadn't wanted to see it. until now. The DNA results arrived in a plain envelope. I opened it under the dim light of the kitchen, the same kitchen where she once cooked breakfast for us. The numbers were clean, brutal, undeniable. One child wasn't mine. Not by blood, not by chance, not by any stretch of hope. I stared at the report. My hands didn't shake. My chest didn't break. Only a strange calmness spread through me, the kind you feel right before pulling a trigger. I called her, not expecting her to answer, but she did. Her voice cracked the moment she heard me. "You weren't supposed to." I cut her off with silence. Just let the air between us weigh down like a stone. Then, slowly, I asked, "Whose child is he?" The sob on the other end wasn't denial. It was confirmation. She tried to explain, but I didn't listen. Words are for the guilty to drown in. I had what I needed. When she finally returned, escorted by the same suits, I was waiting. Not armed, not violent, just waiting in the living room she abandoned. The DNA report sat on the coffee table, face up. Her eyes froze when she saw it. Her mouth opened, then closed. The men in suits shifted uncomfortably, realizing this wasn't their fight. I spoke once, cold, final. "I already know." Her face collapsed. Not from fear of me, but from the realization that her lies had no air left to breathe. I didn't yell, didn't strike, didn't beg. I only stood, collected my keys, and walked past her. The silence I left her in was heavier than any sentence I could speak. I drove with no destination, just away. The betrayal didn't burn anymore. It calcified, turned me into something harder, sharper. I wasn't the man who came home from war expecting peace. I wasn't the father who thought love was unbreakable. I was something else now. She could live with the truth pressing down on her every morning. She could watch that child grow, knowing I had seen through every lie. My war wasn't overseas anymore. It was silence, detachment, absence. And in that absence, I had won. Because the final cut isn't made with a blade, it's made with the truth.